Hey, my K babes. Welcome back to another Chats with Kay. So, Christy filing for divorce from her husband, Desmond, isn't really a surprise to me. When I first saw this couple on social media, at first, I have to be honest, there were moments I thought were hilarious, but then I also felt as though it was a bit too much. It was a bit too much in terms of becoming a little bit performative. I feel as though influencer couples sometimes forget that they're actually in a relationship, and because of that, they often feel as though they have to perform in front of the camera. And what happens is it creates no balance, especially when you know there's millions of people watching you. It puts you in a mind frame of needing to perform, and little by little, boundaries within the relationship will begin to cross. Many people spotted that Desmond wasn't really happy in the relationship and that he was playing along with the pranks and just playing along with the role because obviously that is how they're making their money. So they've been keeping up with playing out this role for a while. But what happens when it gets to a point where you can no longer play that role and true colors get shown? Now, in a recent statement, Desmond did stated that he's been trying to express that he wasn't happy in the relationship, and he has been trying to get out of the relationship for some time, which pretty much led to him cheating. And it's sad that many people are giving Desmond a pass for cheating because they felt as though Christy was annoying.
Christy was annoying. She is annoying. That's whatever. And if we feel this way on the internet, I just can't imagine what Desmond was feeling like behind the scenes. Maybe this lady was really annoying. Maybe she really was. That could have been the reason why he wanted to separate. We don't know. Again, like, we have no idea what was going on in that relationship. But it doesn't matter how annoying this woman was, whatever. For you to ask to separate and you still couldn't even wait for the divorce to go cheat, that is horrible. That is a severe lack of self-control because you were talking about separation. All you had to do was wait for the documents and for the paperwork to be submitted, and then you can go live your life for the rest of your life, right? Like, you couldn't wait. She was annoying you that bad that you just absolutely could not wait. Like, oh my gosh. And again, like, I understand, like, I don't follow them. I try not to watch their content because every time I see it, I'm like, that is corny. Like, this lady is annoying. Like, how can he fake laugh for so long? Like, I get that, but still, it takes us, like, no self-control at all. Like, none. Like, you could have just waited. Give it a couple more months and you could be outside here and there and everywhere and everybody. All you have to do is wait. And you couldn't do that. Unbelievable.
So the internet's going crazy right now because the Scotts, popular social media couple, split over alleged infidelity. And people are acting surprised. And let me tell you why you shouldn't be. I've seen lots of comments, people saying things like, I need to see the woman that he cheated with. I bet you she can't be as pretty, as smart, as intelligent, as popular. It doesn't matter. How many pretty women have to get cheated on? Beyonce, Nia Long, Halle Berry, Megan Fox. It's not about the looks. It's not about the money. It's not about the education. The person who they cheat with usually just offers them the 20% they feel like their wife is missing. She doesn't have to be better. Most of the time, she isn't. Sometimes a man cheats on a woman who has it all together because that woman has it all together. And they feel insecure and inferior standing next to that woman. I'm not saying that's what happened here, but I'm saying there's any number of reasons why a successful, popular, beautiful woman gets cheated on. And it doesn't always have to be because the other girl is prettier. You have all these comments talk about, I don't believe in love anymore. Love is fake. Y'all say the same thing every time a pretty woman gets cheated on. Love is not fake, but some people do put their best foot forward when making couples content is how they make a living. Sometimes there is a pressure to perform happiness when your happy relationship is a key part of your business and how you make your money, how you support your children. And even with all that being said, who's to say that it wasn't real? At least for her. Not all men can handle the spotlight of being as popular as he is and all the women that come with it. Sometimes the person that they fall for isn't even a fan of theirs, she's a fan of their wife.
They are childhood sweethearts, been together for 12 years. But even still, even if you grow apart, it still doesn't give you the right to cheat on someone. However, based on my observation, it does seem as though they built more of a connection with their audience than their actual relationship. We don't really know what's going on behind closed doors, what led to him cheating. We really don't know. But I will say one thing, I'm noticing a trend of influencer couples either breaking up or getting a divorce. So that just goes to show you that a lot of these influencer couples are in it for the money that it brings. It's for monetary gain. It's not really a relationship, but it's more of a business. So let's move on and read what some people are saying in the comment section. Whenever you do content together, you need to pick at least 1 or 2 days where you do not film and just live in the moment with each other. Because if you do not, you will eventually start to feel like your life belongs to your audience and not yourself. I don't think he was ready for so much social media attention. They did it for fun in the beginning, but eventually it looks like he had enough, which probably drifted them apart. The fake laughs. I unfollowed them a couple of years ago because I felt their content was disingenuous. Guess my gut feeling was correct. I always cringe whenever I came across their videos on Instagram, LOL. So performative, and the constant tapping and jumping around. They are both beautiful people though. The true victims here are the kids. She hasn't made a statement. She simply filed and TMZ reported on it. Divorce is hard, especially with kids, and now everyone is chiming in on it. That's crazy. You know, I agree. It is sad that these influencers have to live their lives out in public and they really don't have privacy. I do agree with that last statement. All of the statements I do agree with, you know, they do have some truth to it. But what are your thoughts about today's topic? I would love to know your thoughts. Do you think that she is annoying and maybe he was tired of it and this is what led to him cheating and it doesn't make it right? However, what are your thoughts about today's topic? Do you think that influencer couples are performative? Is it more for business? Or do you believe that they really do have a relationship? However, some lack balance. Let me know what are your thoughts. And also, please like, share, comment, subscribe. We'll talk next time, my K-babes. Bye.
Christy, are those tongs? Christy! That's impossible! You look like the headless hood rat. The redefines ghetto. This looks like a battery maker robot.
It looks cute. Maybe if you had a business, you'd know what it takes to run a business. He's literally so rude.